In this video, I want to discuss how I became a data analyst and explain to you the different routes that you can take. Now, I'm at a stage in life where I'm in my early 30s and I've got responsibilities. And that means living a full-time student life for me was not an option. But luckily, a lot of universities cater to people in my position. That's why I decided to do my master's at the University of Sunderland, where I completed my degree in computer science with data science. Now, I call this a transitional program. So this program was designed for people with no specific background within computing prior to completing this course. This is totally different to, say, doing your master's degree at the University of Strathclyde, where the entry requirements state that students needed to have significant experience in a programming language prior to doing the course. So what you would see here is exactly the same degree, but completely two different course contents and structure. So it's really important that you understand what the course has to offer and make sure it's at the right level for you. Another point that I must make as well is that this course is applicable to people outside of the UK. So if you are listening to this video and you're not based in the United Kingdom, don't worry about it. You are still able to go on this course. There are many courses that offer a fully remote master's degree designed for people with no previous experience, and you should see these pop up on the screen shortly. Another reason why I decided to do my master's is to increase my competitiveness. It's pretty safe to say that over the past couple of years, the global economic picture has been quite turbulent, and we have seen some of this transfer into the jobs market with significant layoffs, and also people generally not being paid as much as they would maybe at the times of COVID. Now, in my case, where I'm coming from a background of sports science and physiotherapy, I was going up against people who had degrees in mathematics, engineering, and other degrees in the computing field. So I really felt that I needed to level up the playing field, and for me, going to university made perfect sense to do this. That brings me on to my next point, and this is the elephant in the room, but we need to start talking about starting salaries. Now, I think it's pretty reasonable to say that right now, the cost of living and demands of living have definitely gone up. Almost a year ago, I was able to secure a starting salary equivalent to an NHS Band 7 worker. Now, I'm not saying the sole reason for this is due to me having a master's degree, but I definitely think having a strong academic background gave me more bargaining power at the negotiating table. Internships. Now, this is something that I picked up on. My plan A was always to try and secure a permanent role. But in the case that this was becoming too difficult and wasn't quite going my way, my plan B was I was more than happy to start off doing a paid internship. Now, the reason why I quite like internships is because if you do secure it in the right industry, it means that you start to build your domain knowledge. Another good thing about internships is that you get to learn on the job, and generally, if you impress, then you're more than likely to secure a permanent role. Now, if you look around at a lot of internships, a lot of organizations and businesses generally want you to be enrolled on a degree level program. I'm not saying that these don't exist when you're not on a degree program, but it certainly does limit your opportunities. And I just thought to myself, bearing in mind that I'm brand new to this industry, beggars can't be choosers. But even though university was the route that I took, I appreciate that this is not for everyone. It really does depend, again, as well on your learning style, your life circumstances, and generally how you feel about it. And if I'm being totally honest, in maybe 10 years ago, I would have taken a different route, because I do feel like there are cheaper and more practical routes to breaking into the industry. So let me give you a few of those. Let's start with apprenticeships. Now, I think this is a great way to break into the analytics hemisphere. So if you're somebody who's maybe fresh out of school, or someone who has not previously studied at a further education level, then loads of businesses, you might be applicable for an apprenticeship. Now, usually an organization will pay for you to do the courses that they deem necessary. And in the case that they feel you're super important, they'll even sponsor your degree. Another route that you could go down is internships. Now, I know I just spoke about this, saying that in order to attain one, that you're more likely if you're enrolled on a degree program. But there are many internships that still exist, offered by businesses for people who have a degree in a different field, or people who are looking to transition their career. I really like internships because I like the fact that you develop your problem solving skills and it gives you the opportunity to deal with real business problems. And once again, if there's a specific industry that you wish to work in, then doing an internship in something that you're passionate about makes total sense. Now, this is one that I feel really goes over people's heads. Tech sales. I think this is a great way to break into the industry. Now, you might not start off technical, but what you do learn is soft skills. So you learn your ability to speak well, you tidy up on your presentation skills. Many people think that they're obsessed with building up their technical skills, but the truth is the key to being a data analyst and your real USP is somebody who can simplify complex information in a clear and concise manner, who can present this well and can do this in a very reassuring way. That person there, believe me, is always going to stand out when there's 100 analysts vying for the same job. Hopefully you can see there are many different routes that you can take to becoming a data analyst. I think that the route that you take really does depend on your life circumstances, your learning style, and the opportunities afforded to you at that given time. What I would say is do what's right for you. If you did like this video, please make sure that you hit the like button. It's also really important that you subscribe. This helps us to grow the channel and produce more videos. If you do want some more content, I have this in a shorter format on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter.